Imagine waking up one morning, looking outside your window and seeing your neighbor absolutely busting it down in the middle of the street. No music, no party, no TikTok challenge, just pure commitment. You think, wow, that's weird. Then by lunch, 5 more people join. By dinner, 20 people are dancing. By the end of the month, 400 people are dancing like their lives depend on it. Because apparently, their lives actually did. Welcome to the dancing plague of 1518. Possibly the weirdest event in human history. And humanity has competition. We've had wars over buckets. People fought birds and lost. Someone sold the Eiffel Tower twice. Yet somehow, everyone suddenly starts dancing to death, still manages to take first place. Our story begins in July of 1518 in Strasbourg. At the time, it was part of the Holy Roman Empire, which according to one historian was not holy, not Roman, and not really an empire. A fantastic start already. One day, a woman named Frau Trophea walked outside her house and started dancing. Not celebrating, not exercising, not showing off new moves, just dancing. For hours. Then she went home. The next day she came back outside and kept dancing. For an entire week. Imagine your neighbors watching this. Is she okay? I don't know. Should we help her? Nah, let's see where this goes. Spoiler alert, where it goes is nowhere good. Soon other people began joining her. Not because it looked fun, not because there was free food. They just started dancing too. By the end of the week, dozens of people had joined. Doctors arrived and examined the situation. Their professional medical conclusion? They have hot blood. Ah yes, the classic diagnosis. Broken arm, hot blood, headache, hot blood, possessed by dancing demons. Believe it or not, hot blood. Their solution was truly revolutionary. They decided the dancers needed to dance more, because apparently if you're on fire, the best treatment is additional fire. Officials built a stage. They hired musicians, professional musicians. Imagine being the drummer that day. So what are we playing? People are dancing uncontrollably. Oh no, so we need you to keep the beat going? What? Congratulations. This may be the only point in history where the government officially funded a dance party to stop dancing. Shockingly, it did not work. The dancers danced harder. Some danced for days without stopping. Their feet bled. Their muscles tore. People collapsed from exhaustion. Some reportedly died from strokes, heart attacks, or simply their bodies giving up. Meanwhile, the musicians are still there like, anyway, here's Wonderwall. People today complain after standing for 20 minutes in a grocery line. These people were pulling 72-hour dance marathons. No energy drinks, no coffee, no motivational podcasts, pure historical confusion. Naturally, people started searching for explanations. Was it poison? Was it disease? Was it mass hysteria? Was it demons? Was it medieval TikTok? Historians still argue today. One theory suggests ergot poisoning. Ergot is a fungus that grows on rye bread and can cause hallucinations. Basically, nature invented bad mushrooms before bad mushrooms were cool. The idea is that contaminated bread caused people to lose control. Interesting theory. Problem is, ergot poisoning usually doesn't make people coordinate enough to dance for weeks. Usually it makes you hallucinate and feel terrible, not become the lead performer in medieval dance revolution. Another theory is mass psychogenic illness, a fancy way of saying stress bullied the human brain into malfunctioning. And honestly, this one makes sense. Life in the 1500s was rough. There were famines, diseases, religious pressure, poverty, no internet, no air conditioning, no garlic bread. People were stressed, extremely stressed, so stressed that their brains may have basically hit the emergency button and said, you know what? We're done thinking. Activate dance mode. The people of Strasbourg had another explanation. Saint Vitus. According to local belief, Saint Vitus could curse people with uncontrollable dancing. Imagine being that saint. Other saints heal the sick, protect travelers, guide sailors, and your special ability is forcing random citizens to become backup dancers. Eventually, authorities realized their first plan was perhaps, how do we put this politely, catastrophically stupid. They stopped the music, closed the stages. Finally, someone in the meeting stood up and said, maybe encouraging the dancing was a bad idea. A revolutionary concept. The remaining dancers were taken to a shrine dedicated to Saint Vitus. There they were given special shoes and prayers. And strangely enough, the outbreak slowly faded away. The dancing stopped. The city returned to normal. And everyone collectively agreed to never explain any of this ever again. Historians estimate around 400 people were affected. The exact number of deaths remains unclear. Records from the time weren't exactly perfect. Medieval record-keeping often looked like Tuesday bread shortage, Wednesday dancing apocalypse, Thursday sheep escaped. Even today, nobody knows for sure what happened. And that's what makes this story so fascinating. History usually gives us answers, This battle happened because of this reason. This king did this because of this goal. But the dancing plague? The dancing plague simply walks into history, starts moonwalking aggressively, refuses to explain itself, and leaves. Imagine explaining this to modern scientists. So what symptoms did patients have? Dancing. Okay, and what else? More dancing. Any fever? Dancing. Hallucinations? Dancing. Pain? Believe it or not, dancing. The event became one of history's greatest mysteries, because every explanation sounds ridiculous. Poison bread sounds ridiculous. Stress dancing sounds ridiculous. Cursed by a saint sounds ridiculous. And yet one of them may actually be true. That's history for you. Sometimes history is emperors and empires. Sometimes it's revolutions and discoveries. And sometimes it's 400 exhausted Europeans accidentally inventing the world's worst flash mob. If there's one lesson to learn from the dancing plague of 1518, it's this. If your friend suddenly starts dancing uncontrollably for several days, do not hire musicians. Thank you for attending today's history lesson. Please exit calmly. And if you hear distant accordion music, run.